I am offering Political Science and International Relations Foundation course at LAX. I want to share how this course is different from other courses offered at various places. I want you to pay attention to the features I am going to discuss before you make up your mind on where to join. One of the earliest things that a student will notice in my classes is that they are not notes making sessions. So usually in many courses across students, teachers are dictating notes and students are making an elaborate notes. They may even write hundreds and hundreds of pages of notes. They're busy writing notes. But my courses are different. I teach. I talk to students. It is like a conversation. How am I able to do that? Because how are they free from making notes? Because I give my books and I also give daily class sheets. This gives point-wise notes. They'll have an outline of the class. But anyway, I expect students to follow the discussion and write extra points. So they are not tied to writing, but at the same time I expect them to follow the discussion and make some observations on the notes. So it's like taking notes on extra points rather than the basics which are already covered in the books. And these are the books I am giving. Around 7 books. Some of these books, are my talks transcribed and edited. Like this book is like that, this book is like that, this book is like that. You can visit to see the details of these books and also listen to these podcasts. So it means that whatever I wanted to say, the core points are already given to the students. Exam is covered, at least static part is covered. So because of which students and me have more leisure and more freedom to discuss ideas. So giving books is one very important strategy in my course. I would say that is my second feature. Third feature is, I know teachers discuss PYQs, but they take up from one book and they dictate PYQ and then discuss answers. Whereas what I did is, I myself classified all the PYQs in this book. And this classification is done in a very insightful way. Going through the book will let the students know how the topics are linked, and that will also enable them to see where they can read them. So this this booklet of previous questions is I would say is the basic book of the course. Basic book of the course. Students bring this book to every class, and after the lecture we take up some PYQs and do them. Okay, and we also see whether a particular topic has been covered sufficiently. So, this is the basic book by which the course is judged and the students' preparedness is judged. Okay, so this is one very important feature of the course. And one unique feature is also this doing modern world. Okay, why focus on modern world? Because this gives the context to political thought, better understanding of IR, and though it is mentioned in GSC, it's not done there in well because not many questions. So we go out of the way to cover modern world from Reformation to the end of the Cold War. So I take this modern world as a kind of foundation to political science and international relations. In many courses, students do not have the command over the events, and because they don't know the events, they don't fully link to the theory and the issues. So I focus on this, but this is more on ideas and ideals rather than facts. So coverage of modern world, which we take around 10 plus classes, is one unique feature of this course. Many courses do by the syllabus. They may start with section A and then B like this. But I follow my own order. I use the fact that the students are familiar with the polity, or at least find this easy with doing something new. So I start with polity and modern world, combining the new with the easy. So this is the beginning of my course. This is the beginning. It is not thought, it is not section A, it is not anything, it is combining. So this is Indian part and this is global part. Students find this easy, so we are covering the syllabus, but at the same time you are covering certain global events that provide the basis for understanding of thought as well as international relations. So focusing on modern world is one unique feature of the course. And as we are covering modern world, we link modern world with political thought. So we do one topic, for example, we do English Revolution and then cover Hobbes and Locke here. Okay. We do Russian Revolution from this book and then cover Lenin. In fact, I cover Marx from this before I cover Russian Revolution. And then fascism, thinkers associated are Hannah Arendt and Gramsci. Chinese Revolution, Mao. So this covers events and this covers thinkers. I would say in my entire writing on political science, this is the best book I wrote. This covers thinkers not only mentioned from the syllabus, but also covered from PYQs. And one more difference between all my books, including political thought, is that my books, simple language, simple language, jargon free, and they attempt understanding, and they promote judgment, and they provoke you to think. It is not memorization. Memorize. And one more thing is, though I write like this, I have given many quotes. Lessons are full of quotes, which you can use in the examination. So they make you think, help you to arrive at your own ideas. And I want you to see the review to my political Amazon review to my political thought. So it received good reviews. You can read them. Because thought is the most important part of the course of entire political science, I cover thought during the entire course. 7th feature. By thought I mean Western political thought, Indian political thought, and also IR theory coming in paper 2 section A. Okay. Why am I including ethical thought here? Because under ethical thought I covered many political thinkers, but from a slightly different point of view, from ethical point of view. And I find reading this is helpful for political thought also. And also this is written in a much simpler language. Plus it is useful for GS. So this year I am giving all these books. One more unique feature of my course is that I don't recommend any extra preparation for Polity, that is paper 1B. This book anyway you read, and I will be giving articles from the Hindu and Indian Express. So I want you to read this book, which you will anyway read, and then articles. So there is no extra preparation. But isn't political science different from GS? Yes, it is greater. But then solution is not to read more books, because books don't have such a great quality, but rather do political thought, then modern world, and IR. Because we are reading political thought, modern world, and IR, this enables you to think in a more analytical and theoretical way, because of which you can attempt 1B. Okay. So PSIR questions require more analysis than GS. It's deeper. But the deeper knowledge that is required will come from preparing other areas rather than doing other books from Indian polity, which are more or less parallel. Okay, so in this way, on 1B, I am saving time. You don't have to do much. Yes, many students face problem with P2B. Okay, my solution is very simple. First of all, I give my book that covers backgrounders, and I take articles from The Economist and Diplomat, and I give them in this folder. I give many lessons, like 200 plus lessons. I give videos. I give videos and PDFs. In fact, I use slides also to this. So, again, I am not suggesting an extensive preparation for P2B. Just these magazines, articles will do. But if you want to subscribe to one magazine, I suggest Diplomat. I generally read Economist first and then the Diplomat later. The Economist gives a general picture, and the Diplomat gives more details about India. So, for exam point of view, the Diplomat will help. In fact, I would say for your entire, I recommend only 3 sources: Indian Express, Hindu, and Diplomat. Okay, these 2 for 1B and these 2, this is for 2B. Okay, just with these 3 sources you should be able to complete the current affairs preparation. In fact, many worry about this dynamic part or current affairs part of PSIR, but if you ask me, GS current affairs is more difficult than PSIR current affairs. Why? Because PSIR asks on only important topics, not like GS. And then PSIR can be guessed from PYQs. So I notice students are worried that they have to read a lot of newspapers and magazines for PSIR, but I don't think so. From PYQs you will get important topics, and those important topics can be done from few sources. So I find PSIR coverage is much easier and more predictable than GS, which you are anyway doing. It's just that here you have to do it in a more detailed way. But then this is predictable. In GS, less detailed but unpredictable. So, if you are worried that you have to read so much of current affairs for PSIR, I say it is not the case. The 10th feature includes tests. We have lots of tests. Very unusually, we have objective tests on political thought, Indian political thought, and IR theory. These 15 plus objective tests. Why objective type tests? Because you get an instant feedback, and that makes you thorough with the subject. And then 10 tests on modern world. So as I said, modern world is one unique aspect of our course. So you are having this 25 plus objective type tests, and each objective type test also has one 70-word question. So you have to answer these objective type tests and then attempt the 70-word essay. So 25 plus tests totally. Then you have many 150-word assignments. And then in the course, you will be taking 3 90-minute tests during the course, 90-minute tests. So there are many tests. Remember, there are no 3-hour tests in this course, because the students are not likely to be ready for a 3-hour test. Usually by the time the course is over, a good student will have a grasp of the subject or the most part of it, but it requires some time after the course to consolidate and to revise and to be ready for a 3-hour test. So course doesn't cover 3-hour tests. And one more thing is, we ourselves recommend one booklet of model answers written by Politics for India. So this is my PYQ analysis. It is their solution. Why do I recommend this? I don't say the student should simply copy down, they should listen to the classes, they should go through our material, they should attempt to write, but when they have a problem, they can refer to this. So I would say this is for reference purpose. So an important target during the course is to finish as many questions as possible from this booklet and take the help occasionally from this book. So I found this simplifies the course. Instead of we giving the model answers, dictating, we use up-to-date study tools in this course. Learned, Google Classroom, Kami, Discord and OClap. Let us examine what they do. Learns, enables us to provide the encrypted material. How is it helpful to the students? Because it is encrypted and it can't be passed on to others. I even give slides in the material. Okay, and many IR classes have slides. So there is one. This Kami is a powerful feedback system in evaluation. I can give detailed comments and even voice comments for which the students can reply. Here, this is a voice comment and the student replied. So it's a powerful feedback system that helps in evaluation of the scripts. The Google Classroom rubric enables us to give accurate grading. I can mention a criteria. For example, basics, logical, content, basics for 2 marks, logical 3 marks, content 5 marks, for 10 marks. How much I am giving? If I have to click here, then I will get marks here. So more precise evaluation is possible because of Google Classroom rubric. And then I find this extremely beneficial OClap, where I ask the students to write intros to questions and they write like this. Okay, and then they can even like others' intros. Okay, and then we discuss the intros. Students' names are not displayed, so we can objectively discuss any intro. So this helps us to improve writing skills. So writing skills also is made into an exercise where you get immediate feedback. Then we have a discussion forum called a Discord. A student can post a query and anyone can answer. He can like an answer and comment on it. It's like a discussion forum. So for example, one student wrote, another one liked and also commented. Tell you why I am teaching political. I want to tell you why I am teaching PSIR. I want you to know I earlier taught sociology. In fact, I taught even parts of anthropology. And I shifted to PSIR a few years ago because I found this to be interesting. As simple as that. I think this kind of, teaching PSIR, I find it a kind of promotion in my teaching career. See, these are the books I wrote in anthropology and sociology. These are all anthro-socio related. For details, you can visit this website. But my view of political science is that this is I take anthropology is like this, rural, tribal, and sociology is like this, modern. And what is the link between sociology and politics? Politics is the driver of modern society. So This driving is in the end. You need to know the history, you need to know how the society is, but finally you need to know how it is being driven and in which direction it is moving, and is it moving in the right direction. So I take study of the bus and is the society, or the bus as the society, and its driver is politics. So this is with interest that I teach and I convey that interest. So these are the course features. I do it in 75 classes. Though class number is not very high, duration is like any regular course, 4 to 5 months. Because I take breaks before each of these these 90-minute tests. Though this course has many interesting features, I have to tell you as a caution that I won't say that course is for everyone. Okay, this gives my image of the class. So where the teacher seems conversing rather than lecturing, no dictation. Students are encouraged to learn, discuss with others, argue, debate, get hurt, but committed to learning. So I find many students are not really interested in these things. So they just want to be told what to write and how to write. And they are not really interested in learning. They are interested only in exam and success and notes making. So I would say this course is not for everyone, but for the people who are in learning, thinking, discussing. Okay, ideal for the people. But if you just want to memorize, notes making, okay, don't want to think, then not really a great course. Okay, you took coaching already, then you can contact us for PSIR monitoring and PSIR test series. Test series will be done later, but monitoring at any time.